Don and Slick's picks. Open up. Open up. Folks, hopefully you're as jazzed up as I am because we are back with your favorite Trainwreck Sports betting show. You know the history. Don and John's picks turned into Don's picks. John had to go. No hard feelings. Love you, John. Shout out to the OG. But we're back and we're bringing the picks because that's what the people want. Last year they didn't get them. They were starved for them. But you know, to get winners and bring it back, I'm bringing in an expert, a guy that I would trust going into any casino and laying it all down with, the one, the only, Mr. Slick Al himself.
Thank you, Don. It's a pleasure to be here. Third time's a charm. Don and Slick's
picks.
Making picks on a day other than Saturday feels great to be here, Don. Thank you for having me on board. It's a pleasure.
Of course, yeah. You know, I was out wandering around, deep in the weeds, and I just got a sign that I had to give you a call and help get the people winners, build that bankroll, buy some fancy dinners for your significant other, and, you know, maybe even bigger than that.
Maybe even put a mortgage down on a house.
Exactly. So let's get right into it, folks. This is a special week. Week 1, first ever week 1 with a Friday night game, right? But let's not get too ahead of ourselves. Thursday night, we got Cowboys at the Eagles. Big spread. You know, tradition, always a Super Bowl winner hosts the first game of the season. Eagles are -8, and the over-under is 47.5. Slick, what are we thinking here?
You know, it's interesting, Don, because the big storyline going into this game isn't even last year's Super Bowl winner. It's the dumpster fire that is the Dallas Cowboys just offloading Micah Parsons to the Green Bay Packers. No hope in sight. Jerry Jones trashing his own franchise with words. I'm going to take the Eagles -8 to cover here, Don. However, I am under 47.5 on the total points. I think we see a lot of points from the Eagles, but not many from the Dallas Cowboys. Give me the total right around 45 points.
Right on, Slick. I love it. I'm with you part of the way there. Yeah, I mean, the Cowboys, you said it. There's this new Jerry Jones special out. I haven't seen it. Some people are raving about it. Some people are saying you might like him afterwards. Some people are saying they hate him. But I haven't seen it. Hopefully there's no secrets in there for this game coming up. But, I mean, Eagles is an easy pick. It's almost too obvious. But when we start the season and we're getting our bearings, don't overthink it. Not going to overthink it. I think Eagles win by 10 easily. I do think it goes over, though, because now that Mike is gone, and, I mean, they have one of the best running games in the league, I think the Eagles might get 40 points by themselves.
It's possible.
So, yeah, we're going Eagles -8.5. I'm going over. And so we're in agreement on the spread, but not on the over-under. All right.
That's okay. A lot of points from one team, maybe not from another. Eagles -8. But, Don, there's football being played on a Friday night in Sao Paulo, Brazil. Did you think you'd ever hear the words?
I did not, no.
If you told me that 5 years ago, I would have thought you were talking about football, Don.
Yeah. Or I thought the only reason Travis Kelce was going down there was for another Eras Tour show. But the Eras Tour is over. What's going on in Brazil?
Brazil has Travis Kelce there, but not for such reason. The Chargers are hosting the Chiefs in a home game for the Chargers. Feels like they always get the short end of the stick there when it comes to international games. Chargers +3 on the spread. Kind of surprisingly close, given the powerhouse that has been the Chiefs the past few years, Don.
Yeah, a little surprising, but I also think Chargers are on the up and up. They got the Harbaugh, the guy. And I just don't, he keeps these games close. Now, I do want to say, too, side note, is interesting. They take the home. It's a divisional matchup, and they take the home game from the Chargers. You knew they were never going to take a Chiefs home game divisional matchup for them and put it in international.
Not those precious Chiefs.
Not at all. But I think 3 points for the Chargers. I think Vegas is trying to tell us something. I think if you're a square, you're all in on the Chiefs. You're like, yeah, Chiefs -3, easy. They own that division. They own the Chargers. I think it's a new era. Speaking of the Eras Tour, yeah. I think Travis Kelce's too distracted. I think their receiving core is still pretty meh. And I think the Chargers are just going to run all over them. We saw the formula. The Eagles did it in the Super Bowl. You run all over them. You come right at them. I think the Chargers are going to do that. They're going to cover that +3. And I think in that same sense, it's going to be under. I think it's going to be under 45. First game of the season, long flight there. Guys are going to be tired. I think it's going to be a little sloppy in a defensive matchup.
New era for Don and Slick's picks and a new era in football.
Exactly.
Divisional matchup, international matchup, Friday night matchup, first game of the season for both teams. You know this is going under. I'm expecting a snooze fest in Sao Paulo, and give me the Chargers also +3. I respect Jim Harbaugh through all this Michigan nonsense. He just keeps roaring through the controversy and says, quit bitching. Kind of like RGM. Love it.
Love it. Love it. I'm sorry, did you pick under as well? Or over?
Oh my goodness. No pick. Yes, under. Snooze fest in Sao Paulo. I think we might have less than 4 total touchdowns in this game.
Hell yeah. Folks, one game in, second pick in. We already got our first ever Don and Slick's picks. Consensus pick. Woo! All day, baby, all day. That feels good. It almost feels too good. And you know what's really going to feel good is this Sunday night game we've all been waiting for. Everyone in Buffalo's been waiting for. Our good friends slightly to the southeast, the Baltimore Ravens, coming to town.
Good friends?
Yeah. Wink, 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 good friends. Our old pals that we seem to always have fun with. Ravens coming to town, over under 50.5, but this is a pick'em. I thought we were favored by a point or two a week or two ago. It's dropped down to a pick'em. What do you think about this, Slick?
I think Vegas is definitely accounting for themselves here. They don't know what's going to happen. A lot of fans don't know what's going to happen. But I'll tell you what I think is going to happen, and it's a Buffalo beatdown to start the year. Bills pick'em to me feels disrespectful. It feels like the Bills' chance to prove that they don't need Mark Andrews to drop a pass to go in and win this game. Bills Mafia's fired up. It seems like the stars are aligning in 2026. Give me the Bills, pick'em, and give me the over 50.5. I think the Bills score a lot of points and the Ravens keep up with maybe 1 or 2 and a field goal. But I'm going barely over 50.5 and the Bills to win this game, and then we have some bonus picks once you place yours.
Yeah, all right, yeah. So, newsflash, I'm not going to pick against the Bills. All right, we're going with the Bills. I think it's going to be a close game. Obviously, the thing with the Ravens always is their running attack. Derrick Henry, Lamar Jackson. But we got our guy, Joey Bosa. We've made some upgrades to the D-line. You know, we love you, Von Miller, but you're out. We're getting a bit younger. We're getting a bit faster. And I like the matchup even better than last year. We haven't seen what this Bills offense can do. You know, they were just hanging out most of preseason, and our boy James Cook got paid. I think this is going to be a win that makes it seem closer than it is, but really by the mid-third quarter, it's going to be over. Give me the Bills, and give me the under 50.5. I think, again, too, with no preseason games, Both teams resting their starters throughout the whole preseason. I think you might have a couple false starts, a couple miscues. I just don't know if they're going to be flying high. But most importantly, if the Bills win, I don't care if this flies over and I'm wrong. Let's get a Bills win, baby. And you know what? How we're going to do that? With some props. We'll sprinkle some props, baby. I just mentioned him. He was my boy last year.
Speaking of cooking.
Yeah. We're cooking. We're sprinkling on the cook himself. Seasoning it up. James Cook with a touchdown anytime. Plus 107. I mean, that sounds like stealing that they're putting him at plus money. Slick, what do you think?
Don, a good candidate for 2 touchdowns this week as well, James Cook.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to go with the MVP, Josh Allen, anytime to score a touchdown. Little bit of juice on the minus 120, but that juice is worth drinking every time when you're talking about the MVP in Orchard Park. Give me Josh Allen for a rushing touchdown anytime.
I love that. Love that pick. And so we're going to be cruising into Monday night with some extra cash, looking to double that. Okay? And we got another divisional matchup. I mean, look at these, all the primetime games, Thursday, Friday, Sunday, Monday, divisional matchups. You got to love it. We got the Vikings visiting the Bears. Bears are at home, but they're dogs at plus 1.5. We got the over-under 44. Slick, what do you think? This is an intriguing game.
Yeah, quite intriguing to say the least. Vikings obviously with a quarterback change from last year, but the Bears being plus 1.5 says a lot to me. I know they looked good in the preseason and beat up on our second and third string Bills, but this feels a little odd to me, Don. I'm not gonna fall for the cheese here. I'm gonna go with Vikings minus 1.5. I think they still have a bit more skill than this Bears offense. And the Bears offense might have some struggles at points, some interceptions. I still don't know if Caleb Williams has proven himself in this league. Give me the under as well. Another divisional matchup, first game of the season for both teams. Under 44 points and Vikings minus 1.5 for me. What about you, Don?
Well, I'm half with you there, so let's start where we agree. Under 44, that seems pretty free. I mean, like we've been talking about, the divisional matchups, tight games, they know each other well. They play each other twice a year. I think this is going to be a defensive matchup, low scoring. Under 44 sounds easy. Now, the thing is, I look at this, I think Vikings is free money. But then I realize I got some guys out. Jefferson's questionable. What's their running back? Madison? I think he's suspended. We're going to have to ask our producer to edit some of this in. They have another wide receiver. I think their healthiest guy right now on offense is Thielen. Does he have the chemistry with J.J. McCartney? I don't know. Caleb Williams, everyone knows I'm not a huge fan of this guy. I always thought he was going to be a bust. I thought Michael Penix was the guy to take from that draft. There's been no secret of that on my social media. Despite all that, I'm going with the Bears. I think Bears at home, plus 1.5, I'll take it. We get a missed field goal from the Vikings, some weird stuff. We can cover while still losing. And if I'm wrong, chalk it up to the game.
The Windy City tells no lies.
No lies at all. And folks, you know what else tells no lies? It's your favorite part of your favorite pick'em show, our locks of the week, where we give you absolute winners. Now, I'm going to have to dig deep in the vaults. We're in the old studio. I'm going to have to dig through some files and find out the lifetime Luscious lock record, but I know it's over 60%. I know. Because there was one year it went like 16-4 or something. So we're going to get that real record up. I'm going to put it right here. But in the meantime, I got a spicy pick. You guys know I love picking teams I hate. And we all hate this team if you're in Buffalo. I'm visiting our old pal, Mike McDaniel, and the Dolphins. Yes, I know. I'm picking the Dolphins. They're money line minus 108. I got to do it. They're facing off against the Colts. Daniel Jones in a Colts jersey.
Gross.
Yeah, I watched that preseason game. Tua, I think he's better than Daniel Jones. I think their offense is better. Now this might be a crazy trap because for how good Dolphins offense looks and has looked, you're asking yourself, what the hell is up with this line? I'm taking the cheese. I'm going into the mouse trap. I'm taking the trap Vegas has fallen for. And, we're going to learn otherwise. But it's week 1. We're not overthinking it. It's your luscious lock. The locks are back. The show is back. Dolphins money line, -108. Let's go.
From the luscious lock to the introduction of the Slick Special. Folks, this week the Slick Special, the free money, and I've never said that in my damn life. I'm lying it all on the Packers -2.5 at home. Another divisional matchup, John, in the Detroit Lions. Detroit under exceeding a lot of expectations last year with an early playoff exit. I think they might take a downturn after their very impressive regular season this year, and it might all start at Lambeau Field at the season opener in Green Bay. I'm going to take the Packers -2.5. You know the Packers fans are cheesed up after getting Micah Parsons, after drafting a first-round wide receiver and a future promising young quarterback.
Love it. I'm going to be riding that. Love the Packers. Little thought, folks, we don't share our locks. We come in, we have the same thing, great. If we don't, it happens. Packers were on my board to be my luscious lock of the week, but we'll see if So great minds think alike, folks. That's the show. Thanks so much. Make sure you're following DDZ, Trainwreck Sports, Slick, and myself. And once again, it's been Don and Slick's Picks.